I'm gonna run it back one more time just to give the people a chance to come on in here. Hello, my beautiful stones and gems. Happy Monday. I know I'm loud. How are y'all feeling today? I'm feeling good this Monday. I got me a little drinky drink. I'm feeling good. How are y'all doing? I missed you guys. Okay, let me calm down. I'm sorry. I'm a little excited if you can't tell because we have a lot to talk about, honey. It's going to be a very spicy show. Do y'all like my new glasses? New glasses, new frames. I know. Okay. But listen, let me just check on in. Let's just do a quick mental check-in real quick. How are we feeling today? Let me look at the comments. Let me look at the comments to see what the people saying. Hey, Cassandra girl. I'm feeling good. Can't complain. Hey, Zarina. All my people is in here. Hey, Zarina. Hey, friend. Hey, Tamel. Just got in the gym. Okay, cool. I'll be here. We'll be here. Now, let me go ahead and share the live in case anybody wants to come on in here. At the end, I am taking callers. We're going to just try something different, try something new. At the end, we're gonna have the people call in and tell me how you feeling about my commentary. So I posted a link in the chat, but we're going to take callers at the end, honey. Girl, I'm sweating like a pig, honey. Ooh, let me calm down. Okay, y'all see the title. We have a lot to talk about. Thank you for the likes. I am live on YouTube. Make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. And let's just get into it because we really don't have a lot of time to talk. Okay, so y'all already know we're going to talk about that crazy tale Amanda Seales. She crazy as hell, ain't she? We're going to talk about JP coming out the closet. We're going to talk about Krishan Jr. Claiming that she's not drinking liquor no more. We're going to talk about that crazy ass Jaguar Wright. We're going to talk about Jeenie Mai and her domestic violence or accusations. And then we're going to close out with Stunner Girl. How we feeling? Child, Tamel, they already started in the chat. But first, before we get started, I don't want to talk about Amanda first. I want to warm up. Can we warm up? I'm too warm. I'm over here sweating. But let's talk about, let's do something light. So, JP, the viral TikTok singer, has come out the closet. He is cracking the boys' backs, and people are, I don't know. I'm just gonna just play the clip real quick, and we'll get into it.
So look,
for people who have no clue what you're talking about.
So he was a young rising star.
I'll explain it, nigga. This is my story.
Yeah.
So look,
fast.
Yeah, check it out. So about like 4-5 years ago, I had relations with a young man, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
No Diddy.
No, nigga. This shit ain't no motherfucking joke. This shit is real. Anyways, so it was about like 4-5 years ago, right? So like everybody, everybody knew, at least like all my niggas and shit, like they all knew, like, but nobody get no fuckers, like, who the fuck gonna do something to me? Yeah. And I was still putting your bitch. So everybody was like, like the pictures and shit, they been around type shit. But like as soon as my shit started going viral and I got to name somebody else, a little shorty leaked them. So my brother, bitch. So look, no, I mean I wouldn't even trip it though, cause like I said, I ain't really getting up for it. Happened just in time.
Nigga, I ain't know nothing about this.
Oh, yeah.
Hell no,
so like everybody.
Come on,
please.
Come on.
Listen, man. All right, so you made a decision, right?
Yeah.
So when you made that decision, did you like your experience? Would you do it again?
Hell yeah. That's crazy.
That was a great question.
What?
Finna bump bussies? Are they finna have a sword fight? I feel uncomfortable. What the fuck did I just watch? Why the man just said that he liked dudes. He's had an experience with a man. What further questions do you have? It's like, and this is the thing that men be doing when a man comes out the closet. It be the most straightest heterosexual men that be asking the gayest questions. Well, did you like it? How did it feel? Do you like it from the back? Are you a top? Are you a bottom? Why do you care? But yeah, JP is one of the girls. He is a masculine. Is he a top? Oh, who cares? I don't know. But JP came out the closet. I like JP, whatever his name is. There's really nothing to talk about. Yes, the no Diddy comment is like, girl, Diddy is a PEDO. He's not just gay. That's not what it's giving. So stop. Why guys being bisexual is a problem? I mean, it should only be a problem for the people that he's fucking. If he's not fucking you, then why do you care? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not sure why these straight men are worried about another straight man and where he puts his penis at. Do any of y'all care about where other straight men put their penis at, or do y'all not give a fuck like I do? I'm already ready to talk about the next topic. Y'all want to do Krayshawn next tomorrow? I probably should have started with Krayshawn. You're probably right. Krayshawn is no longer drinking alcohol and vodka and smoking weed no more. She has decided at 8, now that her child is 8 months, and it's clear that he has some. I was gonna make a joke. See, the jokes line themselves up, but we are talking about a child, a black, what appears to be a disabled black child. I'm gonna play the clip and we'll get into it, but we're not gonna talk too much about this because, like I said, I don't like talking about kids.
Drinking. Now I just full-time workout. And this is good. Like, so I worked out so hard today so I can have an appetite, because usually when you're used to smoking, you don't have an appetite. You have to smoke before you eat.
And you done smoked that little baby's neurons right off his brain, child. Somebody pointed out, they was like, it's not funny, but somebody was like that every time they show a video of Krayshawn's son, he's never like making eye contact. I feel bad. Now, this isn't funny. I'm gonna just say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. It's the privilege for me. Like black women, you be hearing these stories about how black women be getting arrested and shit for, leaving their babies in the car while they're doing a job interview, or, changing their school's district, so that they can go to school in like a better school district or what have you, and getting arrested for these non-violent crimes. But then you have this woman with all her privilege, with all the resources that she had, just smoking weed and drinking while pregnant, big belly pregnant, in 4K for the world to see. Didn't even have enough decency, didn't even have enough shame. Bring back shame. Didn't even have enough shame to do the shit privately. So we saw this is not speculation, it's a fact. We saw you drinking and smoking while pregnant. And now your child, I mean, we can just, it appears that your child is having is not hitting his milestones, which I want to comment on that too, because I'm just like, at the end of the day, y'all ain't at this lady's house. We don't really know what the fuck is going on with this child. I mean, all we see is what she showed us. We see that she don't even hold his head up. Well, at least she did have his head held. Well, he can hold his head up now at this point. So, we don't even know if she figured that out. But, I'm just so tired of seeing her and that baby. I'm so tired. I want her. And the thing is, she thinks she's slick. She know that we not checking for her. We stopped fucking with her after she went and got that man, her abuser's face tatted all over her face and shit. That's when she went and lost all those followers and shit. So now every time to get the people to talk about her, because don't nobody give a fuck. She ain't got nothing going on. She ain't on nobody's show. She ain't on nobody's platform. Nobody's checking for her. Her boo is locked up. And as soon as he get out, he going to be on to the next one. But he's having the time of his life locked up with the men's, honey. You know, because we know Krayshawn, we know what attracted Blueface to Krayshawn is her masculinity. Let's be very clear. So that's why she is always putting her child and propping him up in the camera, knowing full and well that people are taking screenshots of this baby and making fun of him and making him their profile picture, but she don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, as long as the people are talking, Krayshawn don't give a fuck about them kids. She don't give a fuck about herself. All she cares about is clout, fame, attention, and Blueface. All she cares about is Blueface, clout, attention, and fame. I'm in that order, and her money, and her bag. But she don't give a fuck about that baby. She don't care. She's a horrible, neglectful, trifling, disgusting. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave that. This is the last thing I want to say about Krayshawn. The reason why Krayshawn, she's in denial. Because, you know, her mama done smoked crack and all kinds of shit when she was pregnant with her and pregnant with all her other children. And they came out the way they came out. So she thinks that, you know, a little marijuana smoke, a little alcohol, that's not going to do nothing. Poor thing. She over here talking about she giving up alcohol. You giving up weed and alcohol because it suppresses your appetite. I would think that what would motivate you to give that up is you being pregnant with a fucking child and housing a life inside your body. I would think that would be motivation for you to give up weed and alcohol while pregnant. Especially the alcohol. Like, I can see you doing that. I ain't no, you know, I'm not no pregnancy police. I can see you doing, making, you know, a little edible, a little CBD gummy, a little tutu, a little BB. Cause I mean, you know, I can see you doing it. Stranger things have happened. But not you full blown drinking Long Island's while big belly pregnant in public with no shame. Like, people can't, like, we can't see you. Bitch, you ain't invisible. We can see you. What are you talking about? Stupid bitch. I don't understand why CPS has not been involved. And that's it. Does anybody have anything else to say, or can we move on to the next topic? Because I think I talked about this enough. Before we move on to the major topic, let me read the comments real quick. Ooh, how did that happen? Wait a minute. Hello? Okay. Before we move on to the major topics, let me see the comments. Don't start because hell is hot and I don't want to be going there, even though it's going to be lit. Yeah, I'm not trying to talk about nobody's child, even though I just went. Listen, I don't talk about kids, but I will go to fuck in on somebody's trifling ass mammy. I ain't above that. I have no problem with saying that somebody's a horrible, fucking neglectful ass mom and they shouldn't have kids and they shouldn't. Some people just. I gotta watch what I say because, you know, we're in very politically challenged times where you gotta watch what you say. You know, this ain't no kitchen table talk. Mm-hmm. Hey, summer sis. But I was gonna say what I was going to say before I caught myself. I was gonna say, you know, some people just need to have their fucking uterus. Some people need to have their reproductive organs just extracted from them, men and women. Some people just need to have their balls castrated and their uteruses just taken out of them because they don't have no use for it. It's too much of a danger. Our society, our earth as a whole does not need to be, affected, but by what could potentially come out of them things. And that's just how I feel. Okay, I'm done talking about this hoe. I hope she's getting the kid. I hope she's getting the kid what he needs and not pretending like the kid is not disabled. She ain't doing shit. Like I said, her mama, she's a crack baby. Her mama was smoking crack all throughout her pregnancy with all 11 of them kids. And so she don't think that there's anything wrong with, you know, consuming alcohol and marijuana. She doesn't, because crack consumption was normalized for her and all of her siblings while her mama was pregnant. So a little bit of weed and a little bit of alcohol, that's nothing to her. Hey, sis. I see you snuck in here. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one. Hold on. I hate the way people talk about him. She isn't protecting him. It's unfair to the child. She's not. She's too busy. Girl, I feel like, because let's be clear, the only reason let me stop. I feel like she didn't get the unconditional love from her parents. Who didn't? Who like that? who here has gotten unconditional love from their parents? That's still not an excuse for you to be smoking weed and drinking Long Island's while pregnant. Girl, I see I'm breaking up. Hold up. Hello? Am I here? Am I good? Can y'all hear me? Am I breaking up? This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. I really think what would be best for little Krayshawn Jr. is for him to go with his grandma. And when I say his grandma, I mean Carlissa, Blueface mama. I really just feel like she should just come on in, or put whatever. I'm good. Okay, put whatever it is beside her. This issues that she has with Krayshawn, she used to come in and take that baby. I feel like, and it's so sad because she ignorant as all fuck. I mean, we see who she raised. We know she's not the best mom. You know, look at her fucking kids, especially that damn one that's locked up. Let's move on. Because I what's it called? Jaguar Wright is over here throwing. Did y'all want to move on to the big topic, or did y'all want to? Did we want to move warm up a little more? Because we can talk about that crazy tale, Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright out here throwing her son's ashes on people. Did y'all see that shit? Y'all let me know. I think I'm ready to talk about Amanda. I think I'm ready to talk about Amanda. I think I done walked that. She throwing her ashes on people. Let's well, since we're here, let's play the clip. Is this it?
Look at me. Life and love only. No bad juju. No bad voodoo. You love them.
Fuck you.
You.
On my dead son. On my son. On my son.
We're God's
They're
people.
all dead.
No,
They're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead.
I feel like I need to light some sage up in this motherfucker after just watching that shit. Honestly, my spirit, you know, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm very in tune with my ancestors, and just something about that video just left my spirit undone. I just don't understand why this nutcase has a platform. And I'm gonna call her a nutcase. And before y'all come over here, oh, you're being ableist. Listen, it's one thing for you to have mental health insecurities, but it's another thing for you to have it. It's to be known that you have it, and you're not doing anything to mitigate it, to medicate it. That's when you become a liability, a nuisance. Okay, make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. Hell, give it a thumbs down, even if you don't agree. But give me a thumbs up if you feel me. This bitch is running up to people and throwing the ashes of her, like, girl. And it's like, again, going back to you being a horrible mother. I would think that, you know, your son's ashes would be sacred, but then again, she's not within her right mind. So I don't even know why I'm trying to rationalize this woman's behavior. Could you imagine if a bitch walked up to you and threw hey sis, could you imagine if a bitch walked up to you and threw some ashes on you? Girl, I would have to, I'm live on TikTok, so I can't even say what I would have to do. But what? What? Like, and y'all be putting this nutcase, this fucking pack of trail mix. Y'all be putting this bitch on platforms, giving her all kinds of shit to talk about her conspiracy theories. Now, yeah, sure, okay, sometimes she might be on the money, but bitch, what is it? A broken clock is right twice a day? Hello? This bitch is fucking crazy. She's Looney Tunes. And I just don't understand why she has a platform. Her bald head ass needs to sit the fuck down somewhere. And honestly, for real, Storm Monroe, I love you down. Huge fan of your content, but this shit is exploitative. You be bringing her onto your platform. Anybody that gives this bitch a platform to spew her hatred and to spew her foolishness, you get the side eye, because that shit is exploitative as fuck. This woman is clearly mentally ill. She's not within her right mind. Like, let me see what y'all talk about in these comment sections. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I just got them done, honey. I had to get myself together. Girl. Get Jaguar right up on the docket. She threw the ashes on her bar. I don't know who she threw it. I don't give a fuck. Like, what? How did it? Like, that's the thing with people who are like that. It goes like, I think, who was it? Jennifer Lewis, I think it was. She was talking about when somebody has mental health insecurities, there's no you really, if they're not, especially if they're not willing to get the medication and get the help that they need, there's really nothing that you could do. There's no, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no, oh girl. Oh, hold on. Let me get myself together. I want a Janet Jackson moment. But yeah, there's no rationalizing with them. So you really just got to get the fuck up out of Dodge. And one thing about Jaguar Wright, with her crazy, manly looking stuff, she stay with a man, don't she? She stay married to somebody. Jaguar Wright must got some good, but see, men like that shit. Men like toxic, crazy, unstable ass women. They like that shit. They'll have access to good, nurturing women, and they'll pass them up to be with a bitch like Jaguar Wright. Fucking nutcase. I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for no man that has a child with her, because you cannot tell me that the signs were not there, and you ran up in that and dumped inside of it and created a child with this. Like, what? Okay. Because one of her baby fathers and went on he fine too. She keep a man. One of her baby fathers that went on to Tasha K's platform and was like spilling all her tea and shit like that. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. They're easy to manipulate. Men really do like crazy women. They love that shit. They'll sit around and complain about them and talk about all this shit about them, but they keep on running up in them with no condom, no protection, no nothing. She's crazy as fuck, but you want her to be the mother of your child, and you're not doing anything to stop that. It's one thing if you just want to fuck her, but protect yourself, protect her, protect this earth, so y'all don't be reproducing with these nutcases. I'm sorry. Now that wasn't nice. I shouldn't have said that. Why is she even carrying that around? What the Scooby-Doo ish is this, girl? Again, no respect for your son. No, you ain't got no respect for your dead son. Because if you did, his ashes would have been laying somewhere on the altar somewhere, and with respect, and letting him lay to rest. No, you over here throwing it at, and it's like usually, but again, to Mel and to anyone that's asking, she's not within her right mind. So we would be crazy to sit here and try to like figure out what's going on in her mind. Unless y'all make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. Let me take a sip. Okay. I'm nice and warmed up now. So we can talk about what we came here to talk about. Amanda Seales had an interview with Shannon Sharpe, aka Club Shay Shay. She had an interview with him, and some things were discussed, and we're going to go bit by bit. We're going to slow fuck this interview real quick. We're going to hit every topic, okay? So first, we're going to start off with her diagnosing herself with autism, okay? Next, we're going to talk about her issues with Insecure and the cast of Insecure. We're going to talk about her issues with Issa Rae. We're also going to touch on her. She touched on some issues with what's the girl Flowetry. We're going to touch on that as well. And we're just gonna go bit by bit. We're just gonna go bit by bit. Hey sis, hey Slit, hey Desiree, hey Xavier. Yes, we're just gonna slow the fuck. We're gonna just slow fuck the whole interview bit by bit. Okay, so Amanda Seales goes on to first of all, let me slow down. Let me start off by saying I like Amanda Seales a lot. I've always been a big fan of her. I've always been a big fan of her work. There's a lot of things about Amanda Seales that I can identify with. She's a Black woman. I'm a Black woman. She's very outspoken. I'm very outspoken. And content, I also make controversial commentary and content. So content, we're also both cancers. So, you know, there's a lot of things about Amanda Seales that I can relate to. I you know, when she says some of the stuff that she says, I feel that. I get it. I see where she's coming from. With that being said, I'm also a very I don't know. I like to think that I'm a pretty well-rounded person when it comes to my commentary and when it comes to my opinions on people. And I'm also very self-aware. And so, you know, that I just want to just put that out there. Like I'm gonna talk about the good that comes with Amanda because there's a lot of good, and I'm gonna talk about the bad too. Cool, fair. We're gonna talk about all sides because nobody is innocent. Okay. Nobody is 100% innocent, but we're going to get into it. Okay, so cool. So Amanda Seales took her hot tail ass up on Shannon Sharpe show, child. And immediately, and I don't know about y'all, but y'all tell me, immediately, a conflict started brewing. She starts telling this story about, you know, she said that she had an interaction, like some run-ins with racism, and Shannon Sharpe, his ignorant, uneducated, Amanda, you really think that they was racist? Which brings me to my next point of, you know, Amanda, for somebody to be such an intellect and someone that prides themselves on your intellectual capabilities and all of your accolades, I would think that you would go on a platform of someone who was also equally educated as you, like, I don't know, like a Dr. Asefo, someone who could challenge you. Dr. Asefo, Joy Reid, a Black can talk that talk and can point out when you're on some bullshit. Hell, even me, myself, a Medusa show off. Somebody that can challenge you on your opinions. No, you go to, but see, that's the thing when it comes to all of these celebrities that go on Club Shay Shay, they know exactly what they're doing. They don't want to be challenged. But anyways, neither here nor there. So she goes on the platform, and I'm gonna read the comments in a second, but let me turn off let me talk, let me cook, and then I'm gonna come to the comments because that's gonna distract me. But y'all go ahead, keep on talking. So she goes on the show, they shooting the shit, and Amanda reveals that she says, quote, she says, I was recently diagnosed with autism. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all watched the same interview that I watched, that 3-hour interview. I didn't even get, I'm gonna be honest, I got to 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I had to turn the shit off because it was too fucking long. Shannon, you need to edit that shit and make these videos more digestible for the people. There's no reason for what the fuck? What kind of interview is 3 fucking hours long? Be for real. Is this an interview or is this a goddamn documentary? Okay. Anyway, even documentaries aren't even that long. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, so she goes on there and she says, I was recently diagnosed with autism. That is what she said. I don't know if it was edited that way, but that's what she said. That's what I saw. That's what I heard. Y'all tell me, did y'all see the same video that I saw? Because that's what the fuck she said. Now, y'all don't know this about me, but my brother has autism. My youngest brother has autism. So when the topic of autism comes up, that's like a not a sore subject for me, but like that's like a sensitive topic for me because I don't want to say I can relate to it because I don't have autism, but it's something that you know, my family member has it. And so when she said that she had autism, I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh wow, like I didn't know this. You know, that explains a lot because this is something that I'm very familiar with. You know, somebody I'm very close with has this, and somebody that I've grown up with, that we've been dealing with this, you know what I'm saying? So when she said what she said, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, like, oh, okay. Like I see you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to my surprise, the next day she come out the woodwork and she talking about I diagnosed myself with autism and the reason why is because it costs $10,000. Some old bullshit. Let me play the clip and we're gonna get into it.
At the end, asking, no, I have not been clinically diagnosed by a doctor because I'm not paying $10,000 to do that. And most people will tell you that at this age, you don't need a clinical diagnosis in that sense. And I think that's the other thing. It's like, we are so conditioned here in this nation to really only consider something in one kind of way. And I will get back to that. They cut out.
Turned it off because what the fuck are you even talking about? Anyways, let's address some things. One, a clinical diagnosis for autism does not cost $10,000. That's a fucking lie. Okay, so now you're spreading misinformation. My parents did not pay no damn $10,000 to diagnose my brother. But even if they did, bitch, you got it. You are you're on fucking television. You was on The Real. You was on all these other platforms. Yeah, I know you was blackballed, but you're still in Hollywood. Be fucking for real. It's not like you're an average working class black woman. It's not like you have the same resources and the same opportunities as the average black woman. You don't. Like you said, you got all these privileges, you got all these degrees, you got all these things that come with it. So let's not act like you don't have access to this diagnosis. Okay? I ain't like that. I didn't appreciate that. I felt a way about that because I was here. We was here. I was empathizing with you as an autistic woman, and now it's come out that this is what you believe. You think that you're autistic, which is fine because self-diagnosis is a real thing. Because we know that these doctors don't be listening to us when we tell them what the fuck our problems are. So that's fine. But I personally would have appreciated if you would have just said, I believe that I have autism. I think that I have autism, as opposed to you misleading us and saying that you were recently diagnosed. Those are two completely different statements. Okay? And you know exactly what the fuck you're doing when you do it. Y'all make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up for the people that's in the chat. So I didn't like that. I did not like that. So, and the thing, and that's another thing. Prior to her coming out with this information, we was on her side. Everybody was rooting for you. We were rooting for you. How dare you? In the words of Tyra Banks. We were on your side. Because at first, like I said, the interview started off rough with Shannon Sharpe, chastising her about her experience with racism. And then she comes out and says that she was, that she's autistic. And so now we're like super defensive of her. Like, oh shit. You're already a black woman. We need to protect and defend this woman. Like she's a disabled black, like she's a black woman with a disability. She needs grace. She needs protection. Okay, so that was that. So that came out. So and I say that to say, like, it's almost like, Amanda, it's almost like you strive off of controversy so much that you don't even appreciate when people are on your fucking side. Like, you really could have kept that information. Like, you really didn't need to tell us that. I mean, you already had us believing that you were autistic, which you very well might be. We don't know because you haven't done the necessary tools or the necessary steps to confirm what you believe to be autism. It's almost like you it's like you can't. It's like you only operate under conflict. And so when people was on your side, you don't know how to, and maybe you really are autistic for real, because it's like you can't deal with people being on your side and like rooting for you. You're always used to being on the defense and being on, and being like the antagonist of the situation, that you don't know how to operate outside of anything other than that. Which brings me to my next issue, right? Now let's get this out of, let's get this, let me sit up. Let me take a sip. Let's get this out the way. Let me say this right here, right now. And I want to make sure y'all hear me good and clear when I say this. I don't give a fuck what your situation is. I don't give a fuck if you diabetic, schizophrenic, ADHD, PTSD, motherfucking bipolar disorder, multiple personality disorder, all the motherfucking disorders. I don't give a fuck what your situation is. That is not an excuse for you to be disrespectful to people. That is not an excuse for you to I don't like it when people weaponize their disabilities. There is a fine line between a disability and your personality. Let me say that again for the people in the back. There's a fine line. There's a huge difference between your disability and your personality. And Amanda, the jig is up. The people are saying that you have a nasty ass attitude that has nothing to do with your disability. That has nothing to do with misogyny, misogynoir. I'm sure misogyny plays a part into why people feel the way they feel about you, because let's be clear, you know, men be having shitty attitudes all the time, specifically white men, and it's, you know, people just kind of shrug their shoulders and get the fuck over it. And I feel like that's really your problem. You want to be treated like a white man, and that is the main reason why white feminism is so problematic. Because I'm not interested in being treated the same way a white man is. I don't want to be treated like a white man. I don't want to be able to take advantage of disadvantage. I don't want to be able to disrespect people and talk to people all kinds of crazy like white men do. I want for everybody to be treated with respect. And that's your problem, Amanda. You feel like you can disrespect people because you have your degree, and because you have all these degrees, and because you went to, because you have all these accolades. And I guess now somehow, some way you're trying to fit in autism into this as well. And that's fucking problematic. By no means is it ever okay to talk to people any kind of way. By no means is it ever okay to disrespect people. So that's my problem with you, Amanda. And that the jig is up. The people have come forward and said that people that have worked for you, I told y'all, when it comes to these celebrities, the main people that be telling us, the reporters, the celebrity gossipers, the main person that be telling us all your business is the people that work for y'all. Y'all, not your managers, your hairstylists, your nail techs, your lash techs, your security guards, your drivers, your interns, people who work for you have come forward and said that you treated them like shit. You talk to them any kind of way, and that's why they don't fuck with you. It has nothing to do with you being autistic. It has nothing to do with you being light-skinned. That's another thing. I feel like you're one of them girls. You're one of them light-skinned women that think that people don't like you because you light-skinned. And it's like, no, bitch. That's not why. If anything, you being light-skinned benefits your ass. If you being light-skinned is why a lot of people tolerate your motherfucking ass. Because a dark-skinned woman who wasn't looked at to be desirable, they couldn't get away with just talking to people any kind of the fuck way. You see how Krayshawn, ignorant ass, need to have her child removed from her and all this other shit over here hitting people, all kinds of shit. But that's the privileges that light-skinned women can, light-skinned women like yourself, y'all are able to get away with that shit. Girl, I'm looking at the comments. We 30 comments in. Woo! Did y'all want me to keep going? Can I keep going before I look at the comments? Can I keep going? Let me look at the comments so I can slow down. Let me see what y'all talking about. Girl. Misleading people is duplicitous, but she claims she isn't. I'm just going to look at some of them. Neurodivergent black women / black women on the spectrum probably mad, offended right now. Yeah, they should be. She's also trifling as fuck. I remember when she said y'all would rather spend $200 on sneakers than the passport. Thank you, friend. Stuff like that. Look, ignorant ass stuff like that. That's the thing about Amanda. Like, this narrative that you're trying to create, like, people don't have a reason to like you, and people just don't like you because you're this strong black woman, and people are intimidated by you because you're light-skinned and educated. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. People don't like you, and they have legitimate reasons not to like you because you say stupid ass shit like this. Talking about, oh, y'all rather pay $200 on sneakers than a passport. That is a bigoted statement. That is a bigoted, elitist, classist statement. Now, yes, I understand that the context of what you were talking about, you was throwing shade at somebody that you was dating, but what you have to understand, what you fail to realize is that you have a public platform, okay? And so you have to be mindful of what you say on this public platform, because what you don't want to do is mislead and spread misinformation. Even myself, I can't just come up on my platform and just say anything. I have to be very mindful about what I say, because I know that it can easily be taken out of context. And even when I put in a lot of thought, it still happens. But at least I put in the effort to be mindful. You're not like that. You just come up here and say whatever the fuck you want to say and think that people are just supposed to digest it and get the fuck over it. That's not how that works. It's very white woman of you. I'm sorry. Like, I know you're mixed. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I know you're not mixed. I know you're fully black. I know you are a monoracial black woman, but you give white mom. I was raised by a white mom. That's what you give, because the way you giving very much your Caribou coffee. You know, what's his name? What's the little dude? Lil Yachty's artist. That's what you give, like her big sister. Like, even though Caribou Coffee has a black mama, but you know, the mixed girls, it really don't matter what race your mama is. If you got that white up in you, it really don't matter. You just fucked, if we're being honest. But let me stop it, because I don't want to be, you know, accused of. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't mean what I'm saying. I'm just joking. But anyways, let me. I'm gonna get to the comments in a second. Let me read the comments real quick, because I forgot what I was gonna say anyway. Let her cook. I'm in the kitchen. I'm taking a break. I'm letting the food simmer. Period. She's a mean girl and need to stand up on it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and here's the thing. I don't like a mean girl. I don't like mean girls, but I love a bitch. I love a bitch. Just an unapologetic, just a bitch. Just a bitchy bitch. You know what I'm saying? I love that. It's okay. Amanda, you're a bitch. That's what you are. You're a bitchy. You're just a bitch. Like, just stand on it. Just embrace it, girl. You're not a nice person. It's okay. Like, what? Your grandmother, what the saying? How the saying go? You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar? Baby, you gotta be sweet. What is wrong with you? I mean, I know y'all old. You don't. Now, I get it. We don't want to play the game. But honestly, like, you really do get a lot farther in life when you just are nice to people. You'll be so surprised how far, with all that privilege and all that education that you got, I would think that this concept would be easy for you to understand, baby girl. But see, the problem is that, you know, that there go that privilege again, that go that light skin privilege. That's what it is. You're so used to talking, because let's be for real, light skinned women, they be, not all of them, but it's more acceptable for a light-skinned woman that looks like Amanda Seales to talk to somebody any kind of the fuck way, and it to be, you know, for people to just get the fuck over. A dark-skinned woman has to be all nice and humble and all of this, and watch her words and watch her tone and all this other shit. And then if not, she's gonna be called ferocious. Shout out to Ashley Darby on House of Potomac. Okay, Housewives of Potomac. Dark-skinned women don't have the luxury of just being vulnerable and speak and being passionate. We don't have that luxury. We have to be very politically correct and talk to you in a very calm, monotone voice. We have to talk to you like this to make sure that you're comfortable. That's what dark-skinned women we have to do. But a light-skinned woman, she can talk to you however the fuck she want to talk to you. How you doing, Natalie Nunn? She can talk to you. How you doing, Krayshawn? She can hit you and do all kinds of shit, and there's no repercussions. And that's the problem. Amanda Seales jumped out there. That light skin privilege, but it can only get you so far. It can only get you so far, because at the end of the day, you still are a black woman. And Hollywood and Hollyweird will always have a way to remind you of that. So you can't just jump out there and just speak to people how the fuck you want to speak. And that's just what it gives, Amanda. You give me one of the, you're just mad that you just can't talk to people how you want to talk to them. Let's get into this tea with Flowetry. Real quick, we're gonna touch on Flowetry real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the big story with her and Issa Rae and this Emmy's party. Let's talk about this Flowetry tea. Listen, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Some of y'all might be too young to remember who Flowetry is, but as somebody whose mama grew up, I grew up with my mama playing Flowetry when she was picking me up and taking me back and forth from school. Okay, bitch, one thing I know about Miss Medusa knows about some motherfucking Flowetry, bitch. I can tell you this right here, right now. Amanda Seales should have never been cast or should have never been picked up to be a member of Flowetry, a replacement member of nothing. I'm going to say that again. Amanda Seales should have never been picked up to replace nothing. Amanda, like, what? Let's be for real, right? I'm not sure if y'all know who Flowetry is, but Flowetry was a dynamic duo. You had Marsha, the talented Marsha Ambrosius, and then you had, I forgot Natalie's name, the sister girl, the dark-skinned sister with the locks and the gap tooth. I'm not even trying to be funny. She was a very beautiful girl. I believe her name was Natalie. I don't know what her last name is. You had them two, right? And it was kind of like opposites. The dark-skinned sister with the dark-skinned sister with the locks. She was doing the poetry, and then Marsha Ambrosius was coming through with the singing and the sultry, and then they put it together and we had Flowetry. Okay, cool. I guess her and Natalie, the dark-skinned girl, fell out. And so instead of them replacing her with another dark-skinned girl, they gonna get a prettier version of Marsha Ambrosius. Because let's be for real, that's all that was. And that's the only reason I can think of as to why Amanda Seales was even casted for this production. It's because she looks like a prettier version of her. But let's be very clear, when it comes to the vocal and when it comes to talent, Amanda Seales cannot hold a candlestick to Marsha Ambrosius. Marsha Ambrosius is a very talented woman. And so I understand why Marsha Ambrosius felt the way she felt when Amanda Seales came into the scene. Bitch, you can't sing. You might be able to carry a tune, but not compared to me. I'm Effie. You're Diana Ross. Or whatever Diana Ross's character's name was in that movie. I know what I'm talking about. That's what's given. So I'm not mad at Marsha for feeling how she felt about Flowetry. Bitch, that Amanda, you being in that production just speaks to your privilege to begin with. Child, I can see that. She gets she's very male identified. She was also friends with Charlemagne, his grapist ass. Like, Amanda, like, you over here calling somebody out, calling some neuroscientists out for allegedly essaying and being weird and graping and just being weird and weird to women, but yet you friends with somebody who allegedly drugged a little girl when she was 15. And matter of fact, I don't even need to say alleged, because it's court documents that the only reason why that case was dismissed was because the child stopped the child stopped showing up to court. He was not found. Charlemagne was never found not guilty. But that's another conversation for another day. Okay, so now let's get to the big story. This tea with Issa Rae and this Emmys party. Girl, I'm so tired of talking about this Emmys party, girl. We done ran through it so many times. But do y'all want me to do a deep dive of the Emmys party? Let's just do it. We're here, right? We ain't got nothing to do. So we're 2 hours into the interview after she done told us her whole life story and told us all kinds of shit about how she was diagnosed with autism, but she really wasn't, and all kinds of shit. Wasted our goddamn time. Now she's finally talking about, she touches on the Emmys party, the infamous Emmys party that she was kicked out of, right? Okay, now I need y'all to help me out because sometimes I get it wrong. So if I say something wrong, please correct me, okay? Y'all, if I'm not aware of something, y'all feel free to drop down in the chat and get me together. Cool. Okay. Back in I'm not sure the year, but some time ago, the Emmys had a big black party. It's an Emmys party to celebrate Black people in Hollywood, right? It was a success. I want to say like back in like 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. It was a success, and the main organizer of the party was Issa Rae's publicist, a woman, a dark-skinned, a Black woman, a thick, plus-size Black woman. I just want to put that, just put that out there, because we know that there's privileges that come with size and desirability, right? Okay, cool. So we have this plus-size Black woman, this Black woman who's also Issa Rae's publicist, that is the main organizer of the event. She is the HBIC. When Amanda Seales came out with her story initially, she said that this was her event. Now, fast forward, she done told the story about 11 times, and the story keeps on changing. Because when she first came out with the story about her getting kicked out of the party, she went live, took her camera phone out on live while she was getting kicked out. And she was saying, I'm at the Black Emmys party, and this white woman is kicking me out. I'm getting kicked out of a Black Emmys party by a white woman. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong and tell me, is that not what happened? I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's what happened initially. So rewind. Oh Lord. Okay. So let me rewind. So she was never invited to the party. She hears gets wind of the party, and she attends the party with Jill Scott. This is the first year. She attends the party with Jill Scott. She is Jill Scott's +1. Okay? And when she gets to the party, slow down, you're talking fast. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. So Vanessa, who is Issa Rae's publicist, right? She says she got to the party. I'm sorry, pause. Just a little context. Amanda Seales also said that her and Vanessa had issues. They had problems. They didn't like each other. They didn't see it for each other. Fast forward, now she's telling the story because the story keeps on changing. Now she's saying that Vanessa didn't like her and she didn't know why. When she first told the story, she said that they didn't like each other. Now she's saying that that she didn't have a problem with Vanessa. The only problem that Vanessa was the only one with the problem. Okay, cool. So now y'all hear the backstory. Okay, so her and Vanessa had problems. Vanessa is the HBIC. She's the main person headlining the event. She shows up to the red carpet with Jill Scott, and Vanessa, according to Amanda Seales, Vanessa caused a scene at the red carpet right then and there before they even entered the party. And Vanessa was just like, "What, bitch?" Pretty much saying she was saying like, "Oh, Amanda, I just don't have time for this. I don't have time for this." Quote. That's what Amanda said. Vanessa said, caused a scene, was carrying on, causing all kinds of conflict at the front door of the entrance. AKA meaning, bitch, you know I don't like you. You know I don't like your whole ass. You know I don't like you. You know you don't like me. Why the fuck are you here? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm with Vanessa on that. If I have a problem with you, neither here nor there. Let me just tell the story and then we can come back. Okay, so that was the first year. That was the first year of the party. So it's been brought to Amanda's attention that the organizer of the event don't like her and that she doesn't want her there. Fast forward the next year, same time next year, the party comes up. This time she comes with Jesse Williams. I find it interesting that both Jesse Williams and Jill Scott have not come forward and defended or corroborated any of Amanda's story. This is what put it out there. I mean, since they're your ace boon coons, quote unquote, since they're the reason why you're here, that I would think that they would come out and, yes, actually I was there, and yeah, and nothing. It's silent. I guess they don't want no smoke with you either. Okay, fast forward. She comes to the event with Jesse Williams, and this time Vanessa is not having it. Vanessa said, "Absolutely the fuck not, bitch. I done told your monkey ass that you not to bring your high ass up over here last year, and you gonna come back again? And you gonna disrespect me again? Oh, hell no." So they get to the entrance, and somebody who works for Amanda, the little white a white girl who apparently is not white. Apparently, the story has changed so much. At first, Amanda said she was white. Now, during the Shannon Sharpe interview, she said she's actually Mexican. Now it's been revealed that she's actually mixed. She's not white at all. She's Spanish and black. Again, the story keeps changing. How the fuck did we go from white to Mexican to Spanish and black? Because that bitch, those continents don't mix. Okay, they don't. I'm not sure how we got there, but she likes to do this misleading shit. This is not the first time that she's done this. But anyways, child. So the little white / Mexican / black and Spanish girl tells her, you're not invited. You're not on the list. Amanda has a fit. Amanda proceeds to go into the building anyway and sits at the bar. Now, she said that she tried to leave and somebody grabbed, I'm not sure who, like other people, other organizers grabbed her and tried to get her in. They have not, from what I understand, nobody has come forward and corroborated this story. Everybody from Insecure sat there and watched her ass get escorted out. Okay, so she goes to the bar and she sits down, right? And long story short, she was escorted out. They had security called on her. She demands an explanation. Now, this the part. This is shit that I don't. This bitch demands an explanation. And now I done sat here and explained everything that led up to this event. We all are aware of why she's being kicked out, right? So why is she sitting here playing dumb, acting like she don't understand why she's they done already told your ass that you're not on the list. You're not invited. So why do you need someone to explain to you why you're not allowed in here? Make that make sense. Okay. Then they tell her, she says, I want to know the reason. I demand to hear a reason. That white woman in her, that internalized white woman in her starts to come out. Let me stop playing with her. She's like, I want to know a reason. I demand to know a reason. They say Vanessa is the reason. She says, Vanessa, that's not surprising. That's what she said, quote, that's not surprising. I'm not surprised by that. Now, my question to you is, why the fuck would you attend an event? Now, let me ask y'all. Would you attend an event of somebody that didn't like you? Let me ask the chat. I don't even need to see y'all answers because I'm gonna let you know. For me, it would be a fuck no. I'm not going nowhere where I'm not welcome. I'm not going nowhere where I'm not liked, and I'm damn sure not gonna demand no explanation as to why I'm not welcome to an event. Bitch, I'm just not gonna come. I'm not even gonna give you that satisfaction. She's 42. Demanding an exploration, just and like that's the thing. She didn't. So she brought attention to her. She got kicked out of that's the pretty much the end of the story. She got kicked out of a party that she was not invited to. She was escorted. She went into the party after they told her that she wasn't on the list. She got escorted out of the party, knowing that she was had odds and had issues with the organizer of the event. And yeah, and that's that on that. And because of that, now she's saying that she does not feel empowered by Issa Rae. Now we got to talk about Issa Rae. Now we've been talking about this for a long time. I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, because I like to see both sides of the fence, and I like to have a well-rounded conversation. Let's be real here. Issa Rae, who started off on YouTube and now has transitioned to Hollywood. I know we love Issa Rae. I think a lot of y'all, when y'all think about Issa Rae, y'all think about awkward black girl. Issa Rae is no longer awkward. Like that's not who she is. Issa Rae is Hollywood now. Like that's just what it is. Y'all, like YouTube Issa Rae and Hollywood Issa Rae. Those are two different Issa Raes. We don't know Issa Rae. I mean, we didn't know her when she was on YouTube, but we damn sure don't know her now that she's on Hollywood. Hollywood is very influential. And so I'm gonna be honest, like this is just a little bit of tea, but people who have worked with Issa Rae on YouTube, they say that she's fake as fuck. Like that is a thing. I don't know how true that is, but that is in fact, they say, if I'm not mistaken, they say new body, new teeth, new Issa. They say Issa Rae switched up when she got that HBO special or contract or whatever. Now, granted, someone could say that, they just hating, they mad because she got a bag. You could say that, but could I see Issa Rae being fake? I mean, it's Hollywood. Hollywood is fake as fuck. Like, so I could see this narrative that Amanda is portraying about Issa being kind of fake and phony. I could see that. Because you have to be fake and phony to be successful in Hollywood. And that's why Amanda Seales is not fake and phony. She's delusional, but she's not fake and phony. And that's why it's not working out for her. Now, I just want to set out a friendly reminder that this offensive ass tweet of the writers' room at do y'all remember this? When one of the writers at Insecure tweeted this tweet of hot sauce and Hennessy and was talking about how black the writers' room was and look how black we are. We're drinking hot sauce and or drinking hot Hennessy and we got cocoa butter. I'm gonna leave this up. Do y'all remember this shit? I don't know. I always side-eye Insecure a little bit. I've always side-eyed Insecure after this tweet. Because what the fuck is this? Like, why are you reducing our culture to hot sauce and Hennessy? I always thought that this shit was weird. And then the fact that Kelly I don't remember what her name is, but Kelly, like the character Kelly on Insecure. Y'all know she's a writer on the show. The fact that she is the one who tweeted this shit, and the fact that her character is always looked at as like the fat black. She's the fat black woman on the show, and she always plays into like just that caricature that like fat black women do when they're like always like the butt of the joke. The fact that she was the one who tweeted it, that made me feel away as well. I say that all to say, listen, Issa Rae can say that she's rooting for everything black, everybody black, which I'm sure she is, but let's be clear, Issa Rae is not trying to. Somebody said it best. They compared Issa Rae and Amanda Seales to Malcolm X and Martin. While that is a wild comparison, I do see what they're saying. Issa Rae wants a seat at the table. She wants to sit down and sing Kumbaya and break bread at the table. Amanda Seales wants to burn the table down, and stand on business. Amanda Seales is not interested in sitting at the table, and I myself, I can identify with that. I'm not interested in sitting across the table from a bunch of bigots and people who have taken resources away from me and my ancestors. I'm not interested in sitting at the table with you motherfuckers. But Issa Rae is. Issa Rae is willing to play the game, and Amanda's not. And I wish that Amanda would just bow out gracefully instead of feeling so entitled to this space. Like, you already got light skin with curly hair. You got all the if you can't make it work, it's on you. You got all the privileges that you need, baby. People just don't like you, and it's because of you. And people have legitimate reasons not to like you. Now, I will say, in regards to the whole Emmys party thing, in hindsight, because at first I was like, nah, Amanda, you was wrong. But yeah, I can agree. Like, Vanessa, you really did not need to call security on Amanda. You were putting a black woman's, I won't say livelihood, but you were putting a black woman in harm's way by having her escorted out the building by four men. At the same time, Amanda, 4 men would not be needed to escort you out the building if you would respect boundaries, and if you would I mean, you weren't invited. You weren't invited. And that's just what it was. You had beef with the organizer of the event, the main organizer of the event. Now you're saying, oh, well, there were other organizers. Well, clearly the other organizers didn't have enough pull to get your black ass up in there. The fuck? Clearly, we see who was signing the checks. And it seemed like you had problems with the person that was signing the checks. Maybe you should be nicer to people. Maybe you should be nice. And like, that's my thing. It's like, that's really what it comes down to. Like, you give me one of them women that like, oh, I'm not gonna kiss your ass. And I get that, because I ain't gonna kiss nobody's ass either. Might suck a little dick every now and then. Obviously it has to be my husband's dick, but I ain't gonna kiss nobody's ass. But at the same time, you have to humble thyself, and you have to realize, like, okay, sometimes you just gotta be willing to play the game. Like, it's politics, and I hate to say, I'm not saying that you gotta. And then, oh my god, when she was like, when she made the Color Purple reference during the interview, and she was like, the guy came up and was like, oh, don't do it, Miss Sealy, or whatever. Don't do it, Miss whatever. Like, I just was like, I just feel a way about you being a light-skinned woman, even making a reference to a historic, like a fictional character that is a historically dark-skinned fat black woman, like, and all the shit that came. You're no Miss Sealy. you're not Miss Sealy. You're not Oprah Winfrey's character. I forgot her name. You're not Miss Sophia. You're not her. You would be Suge Avery in this situation. Let me look at the comments. And I never watched Insecure, but that's just the same with Good Time shit. Yeah, Insecure was a good show. I just think that, don't get me wrong, Insecure was a good show. It was a really good show, but I just think that, it's more like Squeak. I just think Insecure was a good show. I just think that people don't give true critiques of Insecure. Like, Insecure had some some things that could have been critiqued, like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't perfect. It had some things that they could have did better on. And that was a perfect example. That hot sauce and Hennessy, that shit was a poorly, and it's still available. It's still up. And like that's the thing. Like Issa Rae, I feel like some of the people that be making Issa Rae, it's not even Issa Rae that be making herself look bad. It's the people that work for her, like the Vanessas, like the Amandas, like the lady that tweeted that hot sauce and Hennessy. Like they be making her, and I mean, I think that she needs to do better. I think she needs to get a better PR person, like because that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, that Emmy's party shit was messy though. Because it's like, how is one of the writers of your show, how is one of your employees getting kicked out of an event by somebody that works for you? Like that's a conflict of interest. And I feel bad for Issa Rae for even being put in this predicament, because you gotta remember, Issa Rae is an awkward black girl. She's not a confrontational black girl like Amanda is. She don't want no smoke. She's fucking awkward. So, woo! How did I do? I think I did good. I think I ran through all of that. Did y'all have any commentary? Let me read the 40 comments that I missed. Keep going. Okay. That's good, Medusa. Keep going. Let them use you, child. Yes. Y'all see I'm sweating. I can't empathize with her experience. I can't empathize with her experience going to Florida. She's tour. Marsha Ambrosius and Natalie Stewart had a history of feuding, and she didn't have any business stepping in Natalie's shoes. Again, I don't know who. I'm not sure. But then it's like, I mean, yeah, like you said, I'm not sure who was responsible for that decision. If anything, I would. Well, Marsha was the voice, so Marsha would be, irreplaceable. But I just think that they should have found a dark-skinned sister with locks to replace her, or not replace. Or honestly, there is no replacing her though. Like once one of the group members leave, that should have been the end of the duo. If Yvonne Orji was like this, people would be on her ass. Yes, absolutely. I'm not a big fan of Yvonne Orji. I don't like her. I don't know. I don't know. It's something about her that I just don't like. Like, and I can't put and like that's another thing. Like going with Amanda, like, I'm sorry, I'm a big fan. I'm okay with people not liking you for no reason. Like sometimes it's just your vibe. Like, I know that's it, you know what I'm saying? That sounds fucked up, because sometimes that could be rooted in like misogyny, colorism, whatever. But no, I'm a big believer of just like feeling people's vibes out and just like, oh no, I just don't like that person, and not having like a real reason. I just don't like them. Something about their spirit that I just don't like. And that's how I feel about a lot of people. And that's how I feel about Yvonne Orji. Something about her spirit that I just don't like. She just gives me lame white bitch spirit. I don't know. Giselle Bryant, cooperating with people is not making yourself small. Come on. Cooperating with people is not making yourself small. Come on, Tanji. That's another thing. Like it's the lack of self-awareness for me. It's the lack of self-awareness. Like, the thing about being an intellectual, like, you have to be able to listen to people's opinions and hear people out. Well, we only got 15 more minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me move on to Amanda had a hard time on the real for the same reasons. Amanda is not a surface conversation type of person, and I feel like Issa Rae is. I feel like Issa Rae is very surface level. She don't want to get into the nitty gritty, and I feel like that's why But let's be for real. Honestly, though, Amanda, I feel like honestly, Amanda, you give me one of opportunistic type of people who, but then again, everybody in Hollywood is opportunistic. Everybody's trying to get their next come up and climb on to the next thing. And I just feel like once you saw that Issa Rae was not on your side, you felt like there was no use for her no more. And now, especially now that Insecure is done filming, now you want to air her out. And That's just that. But I think we done talked about Amanda enough. We're gonna move on to something else. Woo! I did good though, right? I did good. I'm actually really proud of myself for touching on all those topics because I thought I was gonna forget something. I probably did forget something, but we can move on to the next topic. Y'all want to talk about Jeenie Mai or do y'all want to talk about Stunner Girl? I'm gonna let y'all tell me who y'all want to talk about. Cause I mean, honestly, with Jeenie Mai, I don't have much to say about Jeenie Mai and her dark meat. Apparently he done pushed her down a flight of steps. You know, sorry to that lady, sorry to her steps. You know, I don't feel bad for her. I mean, obviously, I'm not happy to hear about a woman experiencing domestic violence, but at the same time, you know, I just don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Jeenie. I don't feel bad for Jeezy. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much of this that I believe. I have to see some more information because you know, you're not supposed to. I have to see some more information because let me see what y'all talking about. I'm sorry, I never heard of him in drama until they dated. I mean, it's not even that. It's just like, first of all, I mean, this doesn't mean anything because, again, I want to be clear. You know, when we're talking about domestic violence or like SA or anything, like you got to be real careful with what you say because you don't want to blame the victim. You don't want to say something that could, you know what I'm saying, that could potentially just be harmful to women or to the victim. So I'm trying to tread lightly here. But with that being said, it's just hard for me to sympathize with Jeenie Mai, and it's hard for me to sympathize with Jeezy too. Like, you know, you married and impregnated a blatant bigot, who said sexualized and fetishized Black men, and so yeah, and so now she's making you out to be the thug that she always thought you were, because that's why she likes to keep her dark meat. She referred to you as dark meat. And so she likes to keep you on the side. White meat is suitable for marriage, but dark meat, no, I keep that on the side. So, you know, I want to just, but I will say, you know, he filed for divorce from her. And she was also promoting his book like a couple weeks before he filed for divorce. And so now she's coming out saying that he was hitting her. I mean, maybe he was. He could have been. I don't know. But you see what I'm saying? From an optical perspective, it just doesn't. That's just not what it's giving. It's not giving you was in fear for your life. Oh well, you know what? Let me not say that because that doesn't sound right either. But it's not giving you was being pushed down no damn flight of steps. It's just that's just not what it's giving. If anything, I could see you approaching him and getting spicy and getting crazy with him and him pushing you up off of him. I could see that. And I could also see you flailing down the steps because you all of 100 pounds soaking wet. Now that I'm gonna talk about something in a second. It has a lot to do with surviving in this industry. Sacrifices a motherfucker. I won't sympathize with celebrities and PR relationships. Period. I just don't. Everything that they're both getting, they're getting it. Like they're getting everything that they deserve, honestly, and it is what it is. Both of them. I just want to pray for the child. Pray for that child that they've been fetishizing before he even came out. Lastly, let's talk about Stunner Girl. Stunner Girl was sexually assaulted over the weekend, and her husband stood on business. Let's roll the clip.
I swear I can make the pussy numb, like a mad ass man beat it up. Be on your neck, I don't give a fuck. She got action tits. She wants session dick. Hello, special. Come on. I can make the dick stand up. Let me show you. I can make the dick stand up.
this. I have no problem. I'm fine with this. I'm all for street justice. You know, if you put your hands on somebody, you should expect for somebody to put hands back on you. So that's fine. But I will say, Stunner Girl's husband is a bitch ass nigga. Like I just you didn't even hit him. Like somebody hit your wife's ass and you did not. Whoever you got your homeboy to retaliate on him. Because we can play the clip again. There were the person who had him on the ground was not him. You feel me? Like it just goes like, and that's why I'm just like, with I mean, I guess it's good that you roll with some gangsters. You got some gangsters that's in your posse, but Stunner Girl, your husband is not a real gangster. Your husband can't handle nothing. Your husband, I just would have respected it a little more if he would have went over here and whooped that nigga's ass. But the fact that he jumped on him, had him jump and really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, was barely even hitting himself, like, because you could tell he can't fight. You could tell he shoot first and he can't fight. You could just tell. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. Y'all need to learn how to keep your hands to yourself. He really, and it's just like it's like, do y'all not watch the show? Do you not? Y'all know that she's violent. You know the people that she hang around with is violent. I don't know why y'all think that y'all can just put your hands on people and there's not gonna be no repercussions. But the ghetto, I love it. Yo, my nigga has went off for much less. No, I'm not mad at her I'm not mad at how they handled it. I just want to point out that he didn't do anything. It was his friend that did it. I just want to point that out. And lastly, before we close out, Gilly the Kid said that the youth should pray for jail and nothing else. I'm gonna play the clip and we can talk about it.
Boys that's out there in the streets. If you believe in God, I'm going to repeat this to all my young boys that's out there in the streets. If you believe in God, when you pray, ask God to send you to jail, man. You hear me? When you pray at night, or you pray in the morning, or however you pray, you make sure you ask God to send you to jail. Because when it go down, it's going to go down. And I'd rather you niggas go to jail than to go to heaven. Because when them GBBs pull up, them Get Busy boys pull up, and they start lighting shit up, because you want to be out here in the streets, ask God to send you to jail. See, a lot of the reality of it is a lot of you niggas need a 5 to 10, 7.5 to 15, to 10 to 20. Yeah. They act like jail was such a bad thing, but the reality of it is jail saved a lot of you niggas' lives. They're going to save a lot of niggas' lives. Because that 5 to 10, when they was doing that 5 to 10, they had been out here getting their fucking jelly knocked out their fucking biscuit. So if you believe in God, to all you young niggas that's in the streets, ask them to send you to jail. You know what I mean? Because ain't no coming back from heaven. Maybe you could do a little 5 or 10, you can come back and get your mind right. But you can't come back down that escalator back from heaven. So if you in the streets and you want to be a thunder.
Okay, that's enough of that. I want to just point out that this man, this is Gilly the Kid. He is from Philly. And this is very on brand for the old heads, the elders in Philly. That's what they do. That's what these OGs are telling the youth out here. And that's why the youth is out here. It's getting warm out. Hide your kids, hide your wives, hide everybody, hide your cars. Because you know, once it gets hot out, these niggas go outside and they get to shooting. And this is why, because these are the people that they have looking up to, telling them to pray for jail. Is that what you was praying for? You wish that your son was in jail instead of 6 feet under? Now I know I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not trying to make jokes or anything, but I would just think that, considering the fact that you lost your son to the streets, I would think that you would be advocating for these young men to get up off the streets, as opposed to you advocating them to do time and pray for jail time. But and this how I know that y'all are closeted homosexuals, because y'all want to go to jail. Like, that's really what it is. Y'all want to be locked up with men. That's what it is. That sounds like a fucking dream to y'all. And that's why y'all glorify it. That's why y'all glorify the behavior that leads to it. That's why you're literally advocating for it, because that's what y'all want. You want to be locked up in jail in cages with a bunch of men. That's the only plausible explanation I can think of as to why a father who buried his son recently would tell young men to pray for jail. It's sad out here. Maybe he meant pray you go to jail rather than be killed. Is that the bar is so low? The bar is so, and then even if that's what he's trying to, I mean, I would think that the solution would be to get up. I don't understand why they're not advocating for them to get up out the streets. Why don't you advocate them for them to get a trade, go to get a skill? Because that way they wouldn't have to sell drugs and be in the streets to feed their families. Because that's what they said they're doing, right? That's why they're in the streets, right? To provide, right? Get out of here. Yes, he's from Philly. He's from North Philly. Not heaven or jail. Are those only exactly? But that's how it is out here. That's how niggas out here be acting. They be acting like heaven and jail. Honestly, though, for real, that is an accurate depiction of like a Philly mentality. Some of these parents think that keeping their kids out of jail and keeping their kids out of the grave, like keeping their kids alive and keeping them out of jail, they feel like that's like a milestone. Like, oh, my child hasn't been to jail. My child recently got out of jail. My child is still alive. Like, fuck going to college. Fuck graduating high school. You know, that's why these kids be spending thousands and hundreds and tens of thousands of dollars to go to prom, and they didn't even graduate from high school. Priorities all fucked up. But that's Philly for you. Let me stop. Girl, that's all I got. I did good. I'm about to go. I'm sweating so much. I took a shower before I came on. I'm about to take another one, honey. I'm going to go edit some videos. I'm really excited for May. I'm feeling like it's going to be a lot of money in May. You feel me? I'm manifesting a lot of money in May. I got some trips coming up. My husband's birthday is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up, bitch. My anniversary is coming up, and my birthday is coming up. So I got a lot of things coming up that I got to prepare for. A lot of so yeah, I'm excited. Next month is gonna be a good month. And then June and July we outside all summer. So yeah, and then after that I'm gonna set my hot tail down and I'm gonna go make some babies. You heard it here first. Don't be surprised when I pop out with a baby by the end of next year. They going all out for prom. Glad I finished in 2014. Ciao. Yeah, I feel like I graduated 2012, and that was right when they were starting to get crazy with the proms. Like that was right when it was starting to get crazy. But I want to say definitely 2016 though. That's when you just saw like I didn't have a prom. Cassandra. Oh my goodness. I gotta show y'all some of my prom pictures. I had this beautiful red dress. It was so pretty. And my body was tea. It was actually the same color as this robe right here. But how are we feeling? What y'all got planned? I know I got to go. It's 10 o'clock on the dot, honey. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. Oh my goodness. Am I the only one who how are y'all feeling? How was the retrograde? Did y'all get out the retrograde? Because I'm going to be honest, the retrograde had me was tugging on my wig, bitch. It had me in the shackles. You plan on getting your driver's license? Oh, Cassandra, did you just recently graduate? Are you a young girl? I didn't get my graduation. I didn't get my license until I was grown anyway. I'm gonna be honest. And I still don't even be let me not be talking about business. I don't know why. I just had a craving for some McDonald's, which is crazy because I know we're boycotting it. I just had a really crazy craving for like a cheeseburger, like a McDonald's cheeseburger. I'm exhausted too, friend. I'm turning 21 in June. Are you a Gemini or a Cancer? I love Geminis and Cancer. I'm a Cancer. Yeah, I just been so tired, honestly. But I'm trying to get back in my bag and create more content. I want to start while you're here. I really want to start reviewing. You're a Cancer. I'm sorry. I love my cancers. Welcome to the Stone Squad, bitch. Cassandra, I should have known you was a cancer, cause. But yeah, I really want to start reviewing. I think I'm gonna start. I'm thinking about reviewing Rolly's new show, Transforming Rolly, and I think I'm also gonna review Baddies Caribbean when it comes out. Y'all tell me. I want to get into my Zeus bag. I feel like there's some money to be made because there's not a lot of creators that review the show, and I feel like that's an untapped market. So I'm thinking about getting into that. And that way, hopefully, you know, I can start collabing with some of the Zeus girlies, and that way, you know, they could have me on the show. Well, I wouldn't want to be like on the show, maybe like guest appearance on the reunion, asking questions with my own security team. But yeah, cancer gang, period. Cancer coochie. Okay, let me go ahead, y'all. I love y'all so much. Please give this video a thumbs up. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I hope y'all had fun. I hope y'all were entertained. It's always a good time when I come here and I chat with my community. Shout outs to the Musty Mafia. Shout outs to the Stone Squad. Shout outs to my beautiful Stones and Gems. Make sure y'all get this video a thumbs up. Y'all know we go live every Monday at 8 o'clock. Excuse me, every Monday at 8:30 we go live. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all chose to be here with me, and I really do appreciate that. I will be back with some more. I'm gonna go ahead and edit some videos, and I'll be back, y'all. Deuces, love y'all. Good night. Bye, y'all.